Welcome. We are following this book. Today's lecture on learning objective 2 indicate how a journal is used in the recording process. This is our recording process, the recording process second chapter. First one we discuss steps in the recording process. So this is the recording process. First one, analyze each transactions. And number second, enter transaction in a journal. Number third, transfer journal information to ledger account. That we analyze each transaction means when occur any transaction in a business, we need to be analyzed whether it's a business transactions or not, or it's actually transaction or not. If we make sure that it's a transaction, then we need to be record in a journal. So how could we prepare journal? Later one we'll discuss. Now enter the transaction in a journal. This is the second procedures, second step. This is the steps. And number third, transfer journal information to ledger account. That means we prepare ledger here. We discuss later slides, inshallah. So business documents for confirming these transactions, such as sales slip, a check, or a bill, provide evidence of of the transactions. Okay. Steps of transaction again we can discuss the steps 1, step 2, and step 3. That we analyze is transaction. Number second is transaction is enter transaction in a journal, and this is 2, and transfer journal information to ledger accounts. The journal book of a original entry. That means firstly we will enter the transaction in a journal book. We call this is the original entry. Number second, transaction recorded in chronological order. Chronological order means just suppose this is the month of May. May 1, 2, 3. This is we call the chronological order. And also when occur any transactions, we must be recorded these transactions in the books of original entry. That means journal. We call also it chronological order. Number 3, contributions to the recording process. Disclose the complete effects of a transactions. Number 2, the chronological record of transaction. Number 3, helps to prevent or locate errors because of debit and credit amounts can be easily compared. That means suppose this is our debit side, total amount 10,000, and this is our credit side, total amount 11,000. So suppose this 10,000 is our confirmed balance. So when we get 11,000, I think this is the wrong balance. That means we can easily locate the errors, or we can easily prevent this error. Okay, because of debit and credit amounts can be easily compared. That means total debit will be equal to total credit. So here we couldn't get the total equal balance, so we can easily prevent or locate our errors. Journalizing. What is journalizing? Entering transactions data in the journal. We call it journalizing. Suppose here we have an example. Renil invest 15,000 cash in the business, and Softbyte purchase. This is the name of the company, Softbyte. Purchase computer equipment for 7,000 cash. For this transaction, invest 15,000. So our asset cash will be increased. That means this is cash, debit sides or increases. When cash increases, it must be asset debit. That means asset or cash. This will be debit, and here also our nil investment. That means this is the capital, owner's capital. Now we know when capital increase, it must be credit. Okay. Number second, Softbyte purchase computer equipment. For this computer equipment, that means this is asset. The asset will be debit, and cash. This is also asset. That means cash also assets. So for this cash, that means here two assets: equipment, computer equipment as asset, and cash also asset. So one asset will be increased, and this cash asset will be decreased. So we can see this transaction here. This is cash for ordinary investment. This will be debit, and the owner's capital 15,000 will be credit. And here equipment will be debit and cash will be credit. That means this is increase our asset, decrease our asset. Okay, I think clear to everyone. Now techniques of journalizing. Number one, that means we need a date column. This is this column of the transaction is entered in the date column. Number two, this is column head of accounts title and explanation. This column head to just we need to be write down the debit accounts title. Debit accounts title here, and here also the amount of debit is recorded in the debit column. This is our debit column. We need to be recorded this debit item. And also number three, this is owner's capital. This is our credit account title. This is a credit account title, and for this the amount of the credit is recorded in the credit column. That means this is our credit column. Thus the amount of the credit. This is the amount of the credit. And number four, just a brief explanation. It's a brief explanation that we need to be written down the owner's investment of cash in the business. This is the brief explanation of transactions appear on the line below. That means here we write down it. And number five, that means you know this is the reference column. When we prepare any journal entry, we do not need to show any reference, but when we transferred to the ledger accounts, suppose this is the ledger account, that times we must show we must write down this reference here, reference also ledger accounts reference, and in ledger accounts just we show the journal account reference. Later we discuss on this matter. And what is simple entry? Simple entry means when two accounts, one debit and one credit. Okay, that means some entries involve only two accounts, one debit and one credit. We call this is a simple entry. And another one is compound entry. That means some transactions, however, require more than two accounts in journalizing. Okay, we call this is the compound entry. So we can show an example. This is our simple entry. That means transactions two. That means we call here the every is entries involve only two accounts. That means this is the two accounts. This is the accounts title, two accounts, cash accounts and owner's capital account. This is we call the simple entry. Here also equipment and cash. Here we have equipment and cash. So we call it simple accounts. And compound entries. That means this is July 1. Butler company purchased a delivery truck costing 14,000. It pays 8,000 cash now and agree to pay the remaining 6,000 on account. So for this transaction we are getting equipment. This is our debit, and paying cash. Cash must be credit because of cash decreases, and one account, that means liability. That means account payable must be credit. So this is we call the compound entry because more than two accounts are here. So we call it compound entry. So here Kate Brown engaged the following activities in establish a saloon. The saloon name is this. Here it is. So here it is. In the name of here it is the owner investment 20,000 amount. That means opened a bank account in the name of here it is and deposited 20,000 of her own money. That means own money. That means Kate Brown money, own money in the account as her initial investment. For this transaction, our cash will be debit and capital will be credit. And purchase equipment on account, that for this transaction purchase equipment will be debit, and on account payable will be credit. An interview of three persons for the position of hairstylist. Here no financial transaction, so no entry. That means no transaction. So this is opening bank account, cash debit, owner's capital credit. Number second, purchase equipment debit and account payable credit, and here no entry. Okay, that's all. Thank you. Our next lecture on the recording process is the second chapter, learning objective 3, explain how a ledger and posting help in the recording process. This is very important. That means explain how a ledger and posting help in recording process. Okay. Thank you so much.